Liberty Spring football coverage continues on LibertyFlames.com. Now joined by senior defensive lineman JaRon Greene. And JaRon, we were talking off air a minute ago. Spring break was a couple weeks ago once we run this interview, and you stayed here to work out. You could have gone other places with some friends of yours, but you decided to get ready for spring ball. Why was that week so important to you to prepare for this spring practice?
It's about, going out strong and making sure I'm in the best shape that I've been in going into spring ball. So that extra week, I didn't want to go somewhere and take a week off and lose all the gains that I've gained so far this off season. So that extra week, it wasn't so much as getting in shape as more as it was just maintaining, all the work that I've put in with Coach Bill so far this off season.
How about the winter conditioning in the coaches' stations to prepare you guys for this spring practice? How intense were those?
I mean, those are always rough, and I feel like I think every college has some form or fashion of like a coach's station or boot camp, basic training, that type of stuff. So, and that's always the hardest part of any workout of the year. That's just because that's really meant to lay a foundation for the rest of the season. If you don't do that, then you might as well hang your season up.
JaRon, I think this defense, with the returners that you guys have coming back, a lot is going to be expected, and expectations are always good. When you think about Blacksburg, Virginia coming up in early September, it'll be here before we know it. So how ready will this defense be to really dominate here this fall?
This will probably be the most ready defense we've had since I've been here, because every year since my freshman year, we've always been replacing guys. After my freshman year, we were always replacing Corey and Walt and Kevin, and then after my sophomore year, we were replacing Nico and Jacob Hagan. Then last year we were fairly young on defense, and those guys, Alpha, Corbin, guys got a lot of experience. And we've got some redshirt freshman guys that'll step up, like Ryan Davis, Javon Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys, honestly, they were ready to play. They didn't have to redshirt, but now that it's their time to step up, now that the guys that were already playing last year,
sure,
they respect the type of players that they have coming up behind them, and it's just going to make us more competitive, which I know will be more than ready come time to play Virginia Tech.
I checked out a couple of practices the first week of spring ball, and it was a little bit chippy. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Obviously, it is football after all. So how intense has that first week been?
It's been very intense because, everybody still feels like they have to prove themselves, including myself.
Yeah.
And it's gotten very chippy because, we're doing a lot of different things. And the competition, the gap between the starters and the backup is closed. It used to be wide open from the first group to the second group, but now it's just like the second guys is just as good as the first guys. Coach Wimbo has no problem benching the senior and putting the redshirt freshman in because he'll get very, very good production out of either one of those guys. And I think that's what's keeping us competitive, and that's what's keeping us chippy. And, the offense just doesn't like when we beat up on them. We beat up on them every single practice, so they tend to get a little attitude, and that's why I started to get real chippy.
Message being sent here in the FOC. Don't lose that edge, JaRon. Appreciate the time.
Yes, sir.
That's senior defense lineman JaRon Greene. Stay tuned for more Liberty spring football coverage right here on LibertyFlames.com.